Hey everyone, this is Juicy here. Today I want to talk to you guys about my current outlook with cryptocurrencies, especially with things that I know when it comes to Ethereum. Um, I will talk about other coins here and there, but for me, I'm mainly focused on Ethereum as well as a lot of decentralized protocols. And one of the things I like to do and observe and monitor when it comes to the market is pretty much any uh, perpetual exchanges such as Perpetual Exchange, which has a coin called PERP, as well as GMX. Now, I already made a video previously about my my history with GMX and how I became very fortunate and lucky with them. But one of the things that they have is people they showcase the long and short positions. Now, if you guys don't know about perpetual or future contracts, is it showcases people who are long, so people who are very bullish in the long term of cryptocurrencies doing well. Short term is people who don't believe that it will be a lower price that they predicted in a short amount of time. So as you can see here, it's for long it's 9.6, which is very good. Short positions is 2.2, which is pretty low compared. I've seen this during the month of January of this year, where the short positions were actually substantially higher than the long positions, but now it's actually tapered down. So this gives me a good indication, as well as gives me confidence that for the next couple of months, cryptocurrencies will do well. It may be stagnant. I'm not quite sure, but this gives me confidence that there's not going to be anything too crazy, anything too dramatic. Another good sign that I like to look at too is the fear and greed index. So this is just for cryptocurrencies. You can see, last month it was at 24. You can see right now for this month it's been slowly increasing. The past 6 months you can see that it's been going up and down from 50s all the way down to 24s as mentioned. And if you actually look back, further back, you can clearly see that right now 50 is a good point. 50 indicates that there's gonna be highs and definitely lows. So it going up to 50 is a good indication because you can clearly tell it's a very determining factor, whether it becomes very bullish as where people are very good when it comes to their perception of cryptocurrency. So 50 is a really good turning point. And based on how I'm seeing it and how things are increasing, I do think that there will be an uptrend. And there's a lot of things in the market going on, right? Metaverse, casinos, ICE poker, they release pretty much NFTs where if you bought one of the items, you're able to play poker, and pretty much ICE poker made like $7.5 million. So that's really good. JP Morgan, one of the largest well-known banks in the world, got into metaverse. They got into Decentraland. They bought a lounge. So there's these type of news. I know Samsung, wanted to display or advertise their new TVs, and they also did that in Decentraland as well. So there's a lot of things that are bullish. The biggest thing that I think too would be this. This is pretty much the Fidelity, pretty much launched a ETP in Europe. So it's not in the US, but it is in Europe, which is a huge stepping stone. And usually, what happens when things like this happen is, especially when the US trails behind, the US does their best to catch up or make it even better. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of talks. Another thing too is a lot of states will try to be a little more innovative, especially like Texas. Texas, they're trying to be very big on mining as well as Bitcoin, trying to be like a crypto hub. So there's a lot of good news that's coming up. So pretty much what ETP means is an exchange traded product. Now, if you guys don't know, last year and a couple years ago, there was a lot of news about CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where they pretty much had Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, pretty much having futures. Now, what that means is, they show the price of I guess like Ethereum and Bitcoin. However, if people bought or purchased those futures, it didn't really impact the price of the Bitcoin or Ethereum. The reason why is because CME did not actually have or purchase Ethereum and Bitcoin, so it's not really backed or it's pegged by it. So even though millions of people can potentially buy it, it did not actually influence or impact the price. Now, what an ETP as well as an ETF, which is what a lot of what you're trying to get through in the US is happening, is that is actually backed and pegged to the coin itself. So if people are actually buying it, then it actually can influence the price. Yeah, it's like right here, right? So this is what it's called for the ETP within Europe, the FBTC. Assuming it's for the Fidelity BTC, right? And it's actually physically backed by Bitcoin, held in custody by Fidelity Digital Assets. So they actually have it, right? So they actually purchased it. And I'm pretty confident too, if more and more people are purchasing it, they will have to keep on purchasing as well. So this is something you have to keep in mind. This is something that once there is almost, how would you say, once there is an ETF that is approved by US for Bitcoin or for whatever, Ethereum, or later down the future, whatever coin that you have, expect the price to go up. Expect the price to, have a nice uptrend. Another thing too, though, is something like that, it can also kind of impact the price negatively. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to go into too much details on that, but there are also some things that are impacting or that can negatively impact the crypto coins as well. So I'm not sure if you guys are up to the latest news, but with the whole Canada mandating the vaccines, a lot of the Canadian truckers have blockaded a lot of the routes when it comes to transportation of goods. So this has happened. Canada has pretty much made a state of emergency. They already know a lot of crypto wallets, and they're pretty much telling banks to freeze accounts associated with these. They're closely monitoring it. So stuff like this is a little bit worrisome, just because cryptocurrency is supposed to be decentralized. Banks are not supposed to be impacting or having any influence, and because of the state of emergency put down in Canada, they are finding ways to pretty much regulate or prevent the transfer of money, even though the coin itself is ultimately decentralized. Now, I am 100% positive that there's many ways to circumvent this. I just think this is just Canada's way of trying to put their foot down, and it's not a big deal. Another one that's in the news too is the Russia and Ukraine tensions, and even the godfather and the creator of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, has even been very vocal about the tensions. I don't think if unfortunately if a war does happen, it may or may not impact the coin. However, you do have to take into consideration, if something like this happens, it will probably negatively impact the coin. Granted, a lot of the developers, will flee the countries or, be able to work remotely. However, a world war can pretty much halt everything. It doesn't matter the state of the country. They have to prioritize, as well as these developers. Some of these developers have dedicated their lives within cryptocurrencies, or doing it as a part-time job, and they're just getting some compensation on the side via getting some of the cryptocurrencies that they're developing on or working on. So if, let's say, a world war does happen, I think that would pretty much halt a lot of things. A lot of resources, a lot of things have to be prioritized, and the safety of those developers, I'm pretty sure they care more about certain things instead of the progress. I'm pretty sure a lot of people also pick up the slack amongst the developers. However, a world war will definitely just alter the course of history and change things. So something like that will, in my opinion, negatively impact the market. However, I know I'm like contradicting myself, because in the beginning of the video I'm being like, oh, I'm very bullish, and then the whole Ukraine thing. These things are just stuff that you have to closely monitor and watch. I'm just saying that if a world war does happen, it could negatively impact things. Now, one thing too I want to share why things are being, I guess, very bullish, or things are looking good, is there's a lot of, if you guys don't know this is a Twitter handle as well as a website called whale-alert.io. This is their Twitter handle, which is whale_alert. And it pretty much shows like huge whales that are currently transferring money in and out of certain cryptocurrency exchanges and brokerages to unknown wallets or to other things. So it kind of shows you what they buy as well as where it is moved. So for example, someone maybe like an hour ago bought 549 BTC, which is equivalent to $24 million, and from Binance to Gemini. Now, what does that mean? You can't really speculate on, but usually something like this, someone purchased, right, and they're moving it into Gemini because Binance is an exchange, right, and then Gemini is pretty much a brokerage where you can trade. So I'm pretty sure whoever did this is going to be exchanging or trading or buying or predicting something within Gemini, since Gemini is a brokerage. So this is something you need to kind of like speculate and think of. It may not be right, may not be wrong, but it gives you a kind of good indication on what's going to happen. Someone bought Binance, right, and now they're going to use it and trade it, which is, in my opinion, a good sign. It's not a negative sign. Now, if you see something where it's like someone is moving from an unknown wallet to a brokerage, not a brokerage, to a brokerage or exchange, that's a different story. That means someone's taking their money out of a vault and going into an exchange like Binance or Coinbase, and they're either going to sell it or they're going to transfer it to like a stable coin like USDC or Tether USDT or something like that. So like, I mean, we can quickly look at this stuff, right? This got burnt. Being burnt is, I guess, something that Binance does. This is saying someone bought pretty much 20 million of BSUD, and pretty much it's moving it to Binance. 1,000 BTC, 41 mil from unknown wallet to Gemini. So it seems like they're trading. Oh wow, Neo, I haven't seen that in a while. So Binance to unknown wallet, right? So if you see stuff where it's like exchange or brokerage to unknown wallet, that means that they're probably putting it and locking away for a couple of days, weeks, or months. So that's a good sign. That just means that people are holding on to it. But if I saw more fluctuations of people selling, exchanging as stable coins, I'll be a little bit more worried. So this is our site, and you can see these are not as much compared to what you see in Twitter, but it's still a good amount. And you can see, I see a lot of unknown wallets, and then here and there you do see some where it's going to the exchanges. But I will say that majority of them are going to unknown wallets. That gives me a good insider indication that people are going to buy and exchanging. So it's a good sign. I like that. Another thing that makes me very bullish too is that there is a new collection of NFTs. This is from Azuki, and pretty much they're outperforming CryptoPunks as well as Bored Yacht Club. That is a really good sign. That shows that there's still a market for NFTs, and this is just a new one that's gaining a lot of traction. Now, I haven't really done too much research on why Azuki is going up. Maybe people like the artwork. Maybe there is an amazing, roadmap. Not quite sure, but seeing this and seeing that it has more traction, as well as more trading volume than Bored Yacht Club, as well as CryptoPunks, that's a good sign. It just shows that NFTs aren't a fad or a thing for now, or as of now. As long as there is NFTs that are doing really well, then I think NFTs are still good. This is a very good sign. I would love to see like a roadmap. I think that would really good. Okay, this is good. I think this is a good one, right? Visions, values, communities. So there's gonna be a metaverse. And it does seem there is a good roadmap ahead. Just on face value. So that's a good sign if they have a roadmap. If it was just an NFT and they're showcasing here the NFTs without any potential value, it may be a little bit iffy, as well as the community might not back it up. The reason why, in my opinion, like Bored Yacht Club, as well as like Pixel Vault, are doing so well is because they actually give a lot back to the owners of the NFTs. So, for example, Bored Yacht Club, if you guys don't know this, they hold events throughout the world. I know they held one, in New York at a club, and the only way to enter the club was if you had a Bored Yacht Club NFT as proof. Pixel Vault has been doing a lot of exclusives, working with Adidas, and they're working with that metaverse. And in addition to is like if you bought the Pixel Vault Adidas collection, they gave free early access to that in order for you to purchase. And then they're also going to give out physical things such as like the attire on the Adidas clothes. So there's a lot of these type of things that these creators or artists are doing. So as long as there's a roadmap, I think that's a good indication and sign. I'm definitely going to check out this more. I'm very curious because something that's doing better trading volumes definitely piques my interest. So maybe you might see me make a more thorough review of Azuki. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to give my thoughts out there and just put it out. Thank you for listening. If you guys don't know, I do play video games on Twitch. Right now I'm like really addicted to Lost Ark, so feel free to follow me on Twitch as well. I'll leave everything in the descriptions. I'll also believe some of these links to the description. I think Whale Alert and then their Whale Twitter handle is pretty good. I'll also put down GMX as well as the Fear and Greed. I hope these help you guys a lot when it comes to you guys trying to predict certain things. But thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Juicy out.